I want to start by saying thank you to everyone who has supported me over the years. Whether you've been here since the beginning or you're just joining, I appreciate you more than words can express. I've been live streaming for over 7 years now, and through all the highs and lows, one thing that has stayed consistent is the incredible connection I've built with so many of you. And I want to share something personal with you, something that's real and raw, because that's what I've always tried to be. Recently, I posted about my house being in foreclosure, the possibility of having to move out soon, and needing to rehome the puppies we've been caring for. It wasn't clickbait, it's my reality, but I realized that not a lot of people stay and watch the almost 2-hour video in its entirety. It's very easy for people to misinterpret or twist things, especially when they're taking clips of what I've said. Let me take you through this story, not to just set the record straight, but also because I hope it inspires you to face whatever challenges you are going through too. Where it began. In 2021, my husband and I experienced a financial high point. We made over $500,000 in sales, selling $5 jewelry. It was an incredible blessing, and because we lived simply, much of it went into savings. And we couldn't have known then how much we would rely on that cushion. When my husband became ill, I made a decision I wasn't going to pressure myself to work. His care became my focus. The care home alone cost $11,000 a month, and there were so many additional expenses that the VA didn't cover. I don't regret spending those savings to be present for him and for our children who were processing unimaginable loss. If you've ever lost a parent, you know how devastating that is. My children deserved a mother who could fully be there for them, and I needed to grieve and heal too. But now those savings are gone, and the time has come for me to step back into the world and to rebuild. So I'm facing a financial reality. Let me address the misconception right away though. Yes, we made a lot of money, but that was sales, not profit. I earned a 45% commission, and after business expenses and life costs, it's been almost 3 years. I didn't blow through any money. I used that money to sustain my family through one of the hardest seasons of our lives. And now I'm at a crossroads. My house is in foreclosure. I haven't made consistent mortgage payments since my husband's hospitalization. At first, I couldn't bear to even think about the house at all. It felt like more weight I just couldn't carry. I've made some large payments here and there, but the stress and guilt has been incredibly overwhelming. Recently, I prayed for clarity. I told God that if I can somehow come up with $10,000 by the end of the year, I know it's a sign to stay in the house for another year. 4 days later, my mom went through my unopened mail, which is yet another thing that I've been avoiding due to trauma, and she found 3 checks addressed to me. Together, they totaled just over $10,000. I can't explain it any other way other than divine intervention. And now I feel confident about staying in this house. It's where my children and I have found stability, where we've built a close supportive relationship with our neighbors. Moving right now doesn't feel like the right choice, and I trust that God has a plan for us here. Revisiting Yuma, there's another chapter in my life that I need to face. My house in Yuma, where my husband hurt himself, and I've avoided dealing with it for so long. I need to go back. But just the thought of going back there terrifies me. It's a place tied with so much trauma and so much pain. Recently, I received an email from a real estate agent in Yuma, and his tone was so gentle, so understanding that it felt like God sent him to help me. And he reassured me that he could assist with whatever I wanted to do, whether it's a loan modification or whether I want to sell it and do a quick cash sell too. And the first time in a long time, I felt safe discussing the situation. And with his help, I'm beginning to work through my options. It's not easy. Returning to that house means confronting memories I've tried to bury. But I've reached out to people I trust, and they've offered to come with me. And knowing that I won't have to face it alone makes all the difference. Now, the puppies. A couple of months ago, we found puppies abandoned on the side of the road, and I couldn't just leave them there. They've been living with us, and while I've loved giving them a safe, happy home, I always knew it was temporary. And with 5 dogs of our own, I just can't keep them. Finding new homes has become urgent. Because if I'm traveling to Yuma soon, I need to make sure that they're placed with loving families before I go. And it's hard to let go, but I know it's what's best for everyone. So I'm choosing faith over fear. Here's what I've learned. Life doesn't stop being hard, but it doesn't stop being beautiful either. I have faced unimaginable challenges. Losing my husband, navigating financial hardships, and dealing with public scrutiny. But I've also seen God's hand in every step. So to those who judge me, I just want to say this with love. You don't have to understand my choices, but please know I'm doing my best. I've always been transparent about my life, not to invite criticism, but to show that even in the hardest times, there's hope. And for those of you who are going through your own struggles, I want you to know that it's okay to fall apart. It's okay to take things 1 hour at a time. That's what I did just a few days ago when it felt like the stress was just too much to bear. I turned to God and I leaned on the people who love me. And slowly I'm finding my way. If you've made it this far, thank you. Your support means everything to me. Let's keep moving forward together. One step, one breath, one prayer at a time.